Welcome to Access a Trader, the #1 community for those who are committed to taking control of their trading in order to achieve success, profitability, and longevity. Thank you for joining us. Here's Dan Shapiro to help you find your edge, master your process, and own your future.
Hey guys, good evening everybody. Welcome to another edition of the AccessATrader.com nightly wrap-up show. Hope everybody is doing well. Thank you very much for all you guys' support throughout the years. If you are brand new to the channel, guys, and like the content, like all that stuff, and hopefully I could continue to bring you value on a day-to-day basis. The only thing I ask is if you can be so kind, click a like on the video. That's all I ask. Click a like on the video, show support, and again, I will continue to do my best, right? To do my best to kind of point you in the right direction. Yesterday we had our launch of our Black Friday event. For all you guys who are interested in pivots, again, this is probably the best time to get involved. Click the link in the below. The PS60 theory is proprietary. There is nobody else on the planet except for us who trades in this matter and fashion. For all you guys who are joining us today for the first time, I think you guys got a pretty good idea how cool these pivots are. When supply gets cleaned up, stocks go higher. When demand gets cleaned up, stocks go lower. And again, there's no emotion, there's no opinion, there's no trying to guess where a stock is going to go. Technical analysis is your friend. And the cool part about it is one of you guys who are taking advantage of the Black Friday 30-day kick the tires of the methodology will get one full year complimentary on us in the PS60 theory. So pretty cool time. So click the link below if you are interested, and I will very, very happy to work with you in the near future. So let's talk about the market. Very interesting day. I'm very, very pleased. Very, very surprised on the outcome. What we've been talking about for the last number of weeks here. Been very, very big disconnect. You have a lot of big speculation money names flying all over the place. A lot of crap stocks flying all over the place. And the one problem was, continues to be until hopefully set a new trend. The problem was a lot of the mega cap technology names just weren't participating. And if you look at the final tally, it's some very, very odd numbers here. Number one, the market was up all across the board. You have the Dow, the S&P, and the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ and the Dow up 100+ points. What's weird about that, you saw decliners leading advancers pretty much the whole day, which is very, very odd for all of the major benchmarks until you start kind of digging deeper, right? And you start digging deeper, you'll see it's a very, very specialized kind of market that we've been talking about for the last several days. Number one, you had tariff news coming in, Trump tariff news coming in, hitting a lot of sectors. And then the retailers continue to disappoint, at least on the whole. You had Dick's Sporting Goods say, that's what she said, right? You got Dick's Sporting Goods, again, not great numbers. You had Kohl's, right? Not great numbers. You had Best Buy, and I could have told you Best Buy wasn't going to have good numbers. I went into Best Buy. No matter when I go into Best Buy, there's nobody ever there. There's literally nobody ever there. And the idea that they miss numbers is really, at least not to me, surprising. Again, retail is Main Street. Okay, even if you don't own a single share of stock, ETF, or whatever the case may be, retail is money, right? It's money spending, people spending money, or in this case, a lack of spending money. But so far, the market has kind of deflected the poor retail space so far, at least. For this quarterly season. Tech names continue to not be good, right? At least for the majority of them, continue to not be good, especially in the semiconductor names. Micron continues, as the kids say it, to suck, bro, right? AMD cannot find anything good about it. Names like AMAT, everything's just very, very soft in the space. NVIDIA, I know, in my opinion, and I talked about this for the last several days, I don't necessarily want to be short the stock, but I definitely want to be a buyer into the 50-day moving average. So far, we haven't got that 50-day washout test maybe tomorrow, but I really do believe that if there is going to be any type of kind of reset for NVIDIA, right, to go back higher, it has to retest back to 50-day moving average, and they have to defend. I want to show you kind of a case in point. Let's go back to October the 2nd, right? Look, you see this chart here, guys? On October the 2nd, see this light blue line? That's a defense of the 50-day moving average, and this was coming after it broke out for a couple of weeks. So in this case point of view, the stock went from 127 to 115. They tested the 50-day moving average successfully, and you can see from there, it started exploding again. That's all I'm basically looking for, right? I'm looking for the back test and the washout into the 50-day. If we can get a washout into the 50-day moving average and the bulls hold, then yes, I want to get long, all right? I want to get long and use the low of the day as my out, because if they defend the 50-day moving average, again, we can have a duplicate kind of theme going back to October the 2nd. I just don't think there's enough meat on the bone to continuously short this thing now, because the stock has gone from 153 all the way back down to like 136. So I would like to catch this thing the next day or so off the 50-day wash. Tesla is getting a little bit of a problem. We discussed this yesterday. It's not at that problem yet that I want to short it, but we're not that far away. Like I said in last night's video, we are watching Tesla giving back into this range. The only reason I don't short this thing yet, it's still above the 10-day moving average, okay? And again, like I said in last night's video, I'm going to say, kind of reiterate the point. I want to, right? I want to see Tesla hold, okay? I want to see Tesla hold. I want to see Tesla take back at least 1 day's worth of range, because if that's what happens, yes, the stock is going to go higher. But I'm very conscious of this 10-day moving average, guys. And just like I am looking for a bounce on NVIDIA, I'm not necessarily looking for a bounce on Tesla. If it does bounce, I have no problem buying it back into strength. But unlike NVIDIA, Tesla's not at the 50-day moving average. The 50-day moving average is a very high probability bounce area. Here, it looks like it's just hanging on to this 10-day moving average. So I will be watching this 10-day moving average for the next couple of days, because again, if this thing loses the 10-day and you believe in the theory, the stocks trade from supply to supply, demand to demand, look how much room down you have. So I am definitely watching Tesla for the next couple of days. Here is the good news. Right, here's the good news. As the famous Paulie Walnuts in The Sopranos said, more or less, right? Beta is starting to wake up. And as he said, now the blind can see and the walk can, and the whatever the hell he said. And the invalids can walk. Whatever the hell he said, that's what we're saying. They're starting to wake up, right? They're starting to wake up. They're starting to put in their presence that we haven't seen before. And let's talk about them, right? Let's talk about them. So let's talk about Microsoft. I had a great pivot in Microsoft today. Absolutely. We'll get to the pivots in a second. I had a great pivot in Microsoft today. Why was Microsoft good? Because it reclaimed back the 50-day moving average. Folks, that's the point. It reclaimed back the 50-day moving average. Microsoft went out of its mind. Amazon woke up today. Right? Amazon woke up today. What did Amazon do? We discussed this last night. It reclaimed back the 5, the 10, and now this is the highest close in this whole formation. They're coming with the 210 weeklies, the 212.50 weeklies, the 215s for next week. Again, it got back above its range. Meta, right? Follow me. It got back above the 50-day moving average. You see this? This is now the first close above the 50-day moving average. If they start coming in with the option flow tomorrow, and Meta confirms today's channel, this thing's going to light up like a firecracker. Again, it has to confirm today's channel, but that's the point. Look at Shopify, right? Shopify had a great quarter, came in, hugged the 10-day moving average. That's my whole point about watching Tesla, right? If it holds onto the 10-day, you'll be fine. But if it doesn't, it's going to be a short. Well, Shopify is holding on to the 10-day moving average. It's not that far from earnings high. So it's very, very important to understand. On the flip side, MSTR and the Bitcoin names, well, they're having a problem. Congratulations for all you guys who took the pivot below the 10-day, right? The whole segment of Tesla holding on to the 10-day. Well, today, MSTR lost the 10-day moving average and traded down to the 20. That's why I'm telling you guys, watch the 10-day moving average on Tesla for the next couple of days. If it holds, great. We'll buy back on strength. If it doesn't hold and it loses the 10-day, well, here's your reference point. MSTR held the 10-day moving average on 1121. Today it lost it, yada, 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 supply to supply, demand to demand. So the great part about what I'm going into tomorrow's session is, can the beta names continue, right? Let's pray. Can the beta names continue? That would be absolutely wonderful because, again, 95% of all my trades are the same, literally 8 to 10 stocks. So it would be very, very nice to get a follow-through day. Tomorrow, the only problem with tomorrow is we started seeing a little bit today in the afternoon. People are traveling, right? People are traveling. Tomorrow will be the day ahead of Thanksgiving, so it'll be a very, very busy travel day. So I think tomorrow we'll have about 2-3 hours of premium, right? 2-3 hours of premium. And once lunchtime is over, you might as well shut off the computer because people are done for the day. So going into tomorrow, I am watching from continuation on Amazon. I'm watching continuation of Microsoft and Microsoft and Meta especially if Meta can confirm today's channel and confirms the 50-day moving average, this thing will be really, really good. So let's talk about the pivots really quickly. Meta, right? Meta 573 needs to build. Traded up to 577.50s, but now this is the highest close in this whole formation. That's really, really good. Again, we're watching for follow through tomorrow. Lyft never got to 18. Matter of fact, if you look at Lyft, it's putting in a digestion day, right? Still a beautiful chart. Inside day, let's watch this top of the channel here for the next couple of days. Win never confirmed the 50-day moving average, 94.50 needs to confirm. Here is, the hell is this? Here's Win, right? Win never got above the 94.50. Again, just the same as Meta. If Win confirms the 50-day moving average, this thing's going to really, really wake up. Again, they don't need to, they don't need to do it the next day, but always be conscious. Car never even got close to the 50-day moving average. And here's where things get really, really juicy. Amazon, right? Amazon went out of its mind today. Again, the options flow is everything, folks. It's the institutional money flow jamming these stocks in the same direction. Amazon 202 needs to build. It reclaimed back the 10-day moving average, and this thing went nuts. Amazon went nuts, pillar to post, bell to bell, whatever the hell you want to call it, within 10 cents of the highs. Stock closed around 208. This thing starts confirming tomorrow on today's channel. This thing has a lot of room all the way back up to 215. So again, Amazon looks phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. Congratulations to all you guys who caught Amazon. Microsoft was awesome today, absolutely awesome. I got long off the 423. My highest sales today was in the 427s. Again, just like Microsoft, just like Meta, it reclaimed major support, right? Major supply. Got back above the 50-day moving average. Here's the whole area here. If it could get back above the November highs, there's a shot this thing sees 430. So again, let's definitely watch for a potential confirmation of today's moves on Mr. Softy. On NVIDIA, I was watching for the washout today at 134.80s, never got there. This price will change for tomorrow. We'll obviously get a new price for a potential 50-day bounce, but I really, really want to bounce NVIDIA tomorrow or the next couple of days into the 50-day. And for the Qs, right? For the Qs, moving up very orderly. If you've been watching this broadcast, it was so important that the Qs reclaim back 503. They've just been grinding. Now, if they get back above 511.50, right? If the Qs can stay above 511.50, all these suppers will light up, right? Every single one of them will light up. So let's definitely keep an eye on beta for a second move. Let's definitely keep an eye on Tesla for potential losing of the 10-day moving average. And let's definitely watch NVIDIA for a potential 50-day washout. Again, for all you guys who are interested in the PS60 theory, all you got to do is click below. And I look forward to working with you guys, right? Have a great day, everybody. God bless. And I'll see you all in the field tomorrow.